Making Waves, the podcast to help enhance our personal development.
So, welcome to the Ways of Positivity podcast with your favourite trio, Sully SP, Sully A, and Aadil N. How have you guys been feeling recently?
Wait, actually, you know what? I think for like fluidity
and
like consistency, I think you should just change the name to Sully as well.
Yes, Sully N.
Yeah, you can take any. We'll let you pick the letter. Like he's P, Sully P. I'm Sully A. We'll let you pick the letter. Don't worry.
And he can take he can take 3 L's. He can take
He can take
1
3
L,
Ls.
2 L, 3 L's. Yeah.
That works.
Sullian. Like, you know what I mean? It'd be good.
Do you accept?
No.
I was waiting for so long for him to say no.
I got it. I'm just like, I don't know what's going on.
There we go. Okay, yeah, so the question has been, actually, before I ask you about your routine, because I'm kind of interested, because I've had this question a lot recently. People asking how you've been, like what you've been doing every day, and I've actually found it really hard now to answer the question, to actually give a proper answer, because even myself, I'm like, oh yeah, this day's like this, and that day's like that, and there's high and lows and fluctuations. So, how have you guys been? Like, how have you been feeling this last week, 7 days?
Ooh. I let Sully N go first. I almost called you Aadil, sorry, my mistake.
Lord help me. Alhamdulillah, bro. I cannot complain. Just been working and sleeping and praying and eating and sleeping and working.
Repetitive.
Sounds like a baby's life, innit?
Sounds like a baby's
but
life.
Working added in.
Seems like a... Okay,
I'm being bullied.
I was gonna say someone that has a sugar mummy, that kind of life they go.
Yo, if my sugar mummy's making me work, I don't want that sugar mummy. Like, yo, what's going on, man?
Go ahead.
So are your days like? Would you guys say your days are blurred? Like you can't
proper blurred, man.
Yeah.
But alhamdulillah, I'm still content.
I wouldn't say my days blurred.
I'll say I'm content, but it is kind of blurred. It's like it's shaky. It's like sometimes like you just don't know what's coming next, even though you have a routine. You know how my routine is, yeah. Proper fixed, but it's still.
This guy's a lieutenant, bro.
I'm a lieutenant, man. I'm a general. But yo, when it's content now recently, it's like okay, every day the same, but in a good way. So there's like a big difference. Do you know what I mean? But
for me, it's like my days are usually pretty well structured, and I always every single day I put things that I look forward to. So for example, like usually like during the mornings, during the days I'm working. So I know I'm going to put something at the end of that I look forward to. Because, usually we look forward to like meeting our friends, meeting up with the family, getting together, having meals together and stuff like that. But we don't have that. And I feel like as humans, we need things to look forward to. We shouldn't go to the extreme where we're only looking forward to things like the weekend or Friday nights.
No, never.
But we should have small things that we look forward to. So for example, like I will look forward to... if I finish my day's task, my work early, I'll go out and watch the sunset because I know that's going to really make me feel good. Or the next morning I'm planning like a good breakfast or going out to watch the sunrise. Or just spending time with like my siblings. That's how it is really. But I've been a lot more productive in the last few days, last few weeks, last few months. Like I've deleted my Netflix. I limit my time on social media, I put a timer on. So yeah, man, it's really good recently, man.
Wow.
I can't lie.
What's the time been on social media then? Or if you don't mind sharing, what's the difference?
When I first checked for the first time, my time, like it was just on all my apps, the screen on time, it was like 8 hours.
Holy mad.
So I brought it down to under 5 hours now. But bear in mind, I do a lot of work on my phone as well still.
Mm-hmm.
So
Fair enough. What about mental well-being side of things, like because obviously routine can be blurred or whatever.
You're praying, man.
You've been praying.
Lots of praying. Just, I want to become a more spiritual person, right? Mm-hmm. So when I'm at home, I'll pray as much as I can. Like if I'm not doing anything, I'll just think, what element of praying can I work on? So it's like making dua, praying salawat, praying Quran, just getting in as much as I can. Because there's so many factors in our lives that are out of our control. Being someone that believes in God, I believe God can change my situation and make a way out of tough times for me. So I pray and I be patient for Allah's decree. So alhamdulillah, I've just been praying and that's helped my spiritual well-being so much.
That's really good. What about yourself?
So for me, I was been battling through some mental battles, as everyone does.
Everyone has been, yes.
I would never go on to the extreme to say that, like I wouldn't call it mental health issue per se. I think it's just a general battle.
Fluctuation of your emotions.
Yeah,
Mental well-being, bro.
mental well-being. Like this is the first time in my life this year that I had gone through anxiety, and I actually tweeted about it, and it's quite funny because of what we do as well. We help a lot of people through the anxiety, so it was so weird to be on the other side of that spectrum for the first time in my life, and I just, because I've spent so much time reading into it and speaking to people and learning about it and helping other people, I was just trying to constantly remember my own advices and things that I've picked up and learned throughout the day. Because speaking to people with anxieties over the last couple of years, I was kind of when I got into it, I was already in a mindset of, okay, these are the steps I need to take. And I think it was there for like from January up until like early February. But I think recently, like I've really come out of that, taking like, concrete steps coming out of it. But like as Aadil was saying, honestly, like prayer, religion, believing in higher powers is what's got me through, because I believe that there's always going to be goodness at the end of it. We just need to believe and have patience. And yeah, man, that gets me through. Smile on my face.
The strength we absorb now is the strength we will have after this. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's them situations that make you or break you. And if it makes you, then you can never suffer from that same situation again. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, alhamdulillah, that's good to hear then. I just wanted to make sure, my two fellow brothers are good, man.
What about yourself?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good as well, bro. As I said, it's obviously nowadays the routine's a bit blurred, as you said. It's repetitive, but it's at the end of the day, am I content? Yes, I am. So nothing else really matters. There's just a few things that have been removed from our lives. I know we used to at least every 2 weeks we'd go out somewhere and do something as lads. But because that's been removed, it's like a different, do you know what I mean? It's a different atmosphere of not doing the usual thing you do. But, I said contentment is key. And if I'm content, I can't be ungrateful about that.
How do you guys, so the way I overcome any like mental issues that I have, any like battles I'm going through, like I found it is very, very different to most people. So for me, like I usually, I find myself able to go through these battles on my own. Like I don't really need to kind of speak to people. And I know that's like a really good way of most people overcoming it. And I have so many people, I'm sure you guys have told me as well in the past, I need to speak about problems. But I feel like my threshold's a lot higher than the average person. Like I'm able to go through these battles. And I remember like a couple of years ago when I was really struggling another time with another issue, loneliness. I spoke about this before, like a lot of people were telling me that you need to speak about it and stuff, and made me feel like I was going through a mental health issue, but I wasn't. Like I didn't need to seek help, like I was able to go through it myself. And I think there's people out there, like I really, like, do you know when you're going through something, sometimes you don't need people to tell you that you're going through it, you already know it. You just need someone, like you just need an ear to like let it out. You don't really need advice, like you know what the steps are. Like for me, a lot of the times I know what I need to do, and maybe I want to tell someone, but I don't really need to hear anything back. Do you ever like feel like that as well?
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like you're stronger than what people think you are.
Yeah.
They don't understand. Like they feel pity for you, but you don't feel pity for yourself. Like, no, I'm gonna get over this. It's not that deep.
Exactly.
It's not that deep. Basically, it's probably the answer.
So a lot of the time when I'm speaking about something, I really don't like it, but I always have to preface it by saying, I'm not looking for pity, I'm not looking for sympathies, I'm just telling you to get it off my mental. And I really, like, that's one of the things that really pulls me back from speaking to people, because I'm really not looking for pity a lot of the times. I know sometimes people need that to help them get over the issues, but like personally...
Not pity, empathy.
Empathy, Understanding.
True, Empathy helps a lot.
It does, and it's good to receive it as well. You should never turn someone away as well to try to show that.
You're right.
Okay, cool, so...
Just a quick point I want to make. It's
please.
What you're talking about is just life, bro. Like, people go through life, people are going to have ups and downs. We just, in our generation, we want to label everything. Like, we can't not understand something. So anything that anyone's going through, for example, life and the ups and downs, they want to label it as something that needs to be warranted with attention and to try to tackle it and to make sure no one goes through it, because someone out there feels like it was something very tough and they wanted everyone else to make sure they never felt alone. But mental well-being is something that's always going to have its ups and downs, like you guys mentioned already. But life is tough and you're going to get through things. And like Asay's talking about, some people can get through these things I'll be honest with you, I'm not one of those people that can go through certain things alone. Like I will need one person to just confide in and to make sure that like I
You're
feel like
thinking
there's someone
straight.
supporting me.
Yeah, you got to
through
think
tough
straight as well,
time,
because
yeah.
when you're going through certain situations, you
Exactly.
can't think for yourself.
Just check someone like, yo, bro, you're gonna be alright. Like, it's cool. Let's see on the other hand, like you can get through things nice and easily. But again, it was just life that you're going through. It's not something that needs to be looked at under a microscope and just break it apart.
I agree, man.
But during this tough time, a lot of you guys aren't going to be able to go through these things alone. Make sure you're talking to your friend or family. And if you feel like you can't get through it alone, make sure you find something to let yourself relieve all the stress inside your mind. Like I say, go see sunrise and sunsets. Someone needs an outlet.
Yeah.
Make sure you have an outlet.
It's a good shot, that. Good shot. So what's the one thing you guys miss during this period right now? Is there anything like you think about? I can't wait to go and do that.
I think it's quite unanimous, isn't it?
Yeah. What is that one thing?
Traveling, bro.
Yeah.
Traveling. 100%. I miss it so much. Obviously.
I also miss going out to eat with the boys. But
Yes.
traveling,
Yes, that as well.
Traveling above that.
So, traveling, yeah.
Gym as well, though.
Gym as well.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, but we've
Yeah, but
had
like-
that. We've had that like in
Yeah,
and out. We've had that
yeah.
here. It's come, it's gone. It's kind of
Yeah.
like it's it's teasing us a bit. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna see you later on. But traveling is like, oh man, I know what you mean. It's like getting on the plane, the whole journey through it. I don't think we appreciated it enough.
What was the last place that you guys travelled to?
I went to Croatia last
When was that?
July.
How was it?
Amazing, bro. I don't want to talk about it.
Tell us about Croatia, because Croatia, one of them countries that
Yeah.
you don't really hear
Watch
about.
this travel vlog, man.
Yeah, what's my trouble?
Wait,
I'm not.
no, has it
it's
come
not
out
It's
yet?
not
It's
out.
out.
Oh my days! What are you playing at?
It's not out, man.
I'm
Listen,
procrastinating.
Procrastinate. No, it's priorities over it. So Croatia, me and my cousin, when I was in London, we were meant to go on like a last kind of holiday before I came back to Leicester. After the few months I stayed there, and we were planning to go to a few countries. We were actually planning to go to Barcelona, and we were just about to pay that night, and they closed the borders. So we were like, we need to find. This was at the time when they were like, there was like a list on the government website,
Yeah.
14 countries
The
you can go
blacklist.
to without, and a list of 14 countries you can go to without having to quarantine or pay a fine or anything like that. So Croatia was there, random, never thought of it in my life, never. Thought, let's go Croatia. We booked the car, everything basically all in one, and we went for it. And it was like, because me and my cousin both work digitally, like on our laptop, we were like, let's make it a holiday where like in the morning, early morning, we'd work about 3-4 hours, just get our work done for the day and enjoy the rest. And it was an amazing holiday. It was like a work-life balance holiday. Good sun, normal vibes. It was just, alhamdulillah, it was just good. It was like a good breather. Then loads of stuff. It was very, very spontaneous. We done like hired a boat one day, done it ourselves, then snorkeling in like a random island as well with the boat. I went to the Game of Thrones museum. That was another example of things we've done zip lining, loads of things. That holiday was just jam packed.
So is Croatia like a hot country?
It's a hot country in Europe. We went to 3 places there, plus we had a car hire, so we could pretty much go anywhere. But normally in like a 7-day holiday, you'd stay at one place, but we stayed at 3 different places in them 7 days. So if you can imagine how compact it was, but it felt like we were there for ages. And I appreciate every moment.
I can't wait to see your vlog, man.
Yeah, it was amazing.
I got a question for you guys. When you go on holiday, Air BnB or hotel?
Air BnB.
Hotel if it's hotel if you're feeling like that lazy feeling, like I want to relax and have everything served to me. Airbnb if it's like with the lads where you got like high buzz,
that's me.
like that buzz is very high. Like
That's me.
you know, like in this holiday I want to act proactive.
Yeah.
Whereas like because I've been to both and they're both amazing in different ways. With family it's better to have like a hotel. Because like it's your time to actually.
But then what about that
spend time
feeling
together.
of just like waking up early, making breakfast together as a family, putting your plates out, and just talking together like what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
What are you excited about? It's like for me, it's like if I'm at a hotel, right? It's if I'm honeymooning with my missus or like like a anniversary trip away or something like that. But if I'm with family, like if they're really young, I agree with the hotel. But when they're older, a bit older, like 7, 8. Let's get Airbnb. Let's feel the vibe. Let's feel the buzz.
I've been through. As I said, I've been through in Portugal. We had a villa, and we made breakfast, and we had to make food and or go out for food in the evening. So that was amazing because it was a villa. It was like your privacy. And then I've been to holidays like Dubai, where it's like it'd be obviously much better to have a hotel because when we were there, everything's served. Breakfast, lunch, dinner served for you. It's just it's a life where you're not in the place, so you'd rather have everything done for you. Have your bed sheets clean. Have like your whole like bedroom cleaned, more or less.
Okay, I understand.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then Airbnb is more like a place where like you know you can manage what's happening and it matches the environment as well.
Have you had any weird like experiences at an Airbnb? Or like difficult
In Brighton, yeah.
Yo, what happened in Brighton?
In Brighton, well, we played a prank on the lads, me and Ajwad. We planned it. So I used my business phone to call his mobile phone, and I put my phone on loudspeaker. And on the second, it was like 4-story, wasn't it? The place.
Yeah.
So on the second floor, there was a space in the carpet. I hid my phone in there, and Ajwad from his phone to my business phone was playing like creepy songs and stuff. So we pranked like Mo clocked on straight away. Abdul came up, he fell for it for a bit, and then he saw that it was a joke. And then X came up and he just shot himself completely. He got so shook. It's on Ajwad's vlog. You can see it on his vlog.
I watched it.
So that's what happened in Brighton. That was an unusual experience.
I could hear the sound, yeah, and I was like, "There's a toy stuck in the wall." So I'm there, yeah, ear up against the wall, yeah, moving around, like listening. And then there's a one point where I'm like, "Wait, it's coming from the floor." So I put my head to the floor. I'm like, "What the hell is going on?"
That was amazing. X didn't speak to us for about 11 minutes, but after that, we made up.
When I was in when I went Turkey, I was in the I booked an Airbnb for my family in not Istanbul. What's the other city in Turkey everyone goes? Antalya. So we booked an Airbnb there. Beautiful place, beautiful. They had like a whole like terrace, balcony, like floor on the top, where you can watch the sunset. And one of the ACs stopped working, so there was like, obviously you have separate rooms, so one of the ACs stopped working, and so it used to get really, really hot. Like Turkey's so hot, especially in that time of year, August. So what we used to do is take that, we had a small balcony outside the main room, take the mattress, put it on the floor in the balcony and sleep there. And that was like a main road, like trams used to go there and everything.
How did you fall asleep?
Bro, it's hard to sleep in that heat because it's humid heat.
Yeah.
And the AC wasn't working. And it would just be long to get them to come out and repair it and stuff. So yeah, we just did that.
Every day?
Yeah, every day. Well, we were there for, I think, 4 nights.
There was one AC in one room you're trying to say?
Yeah, the other ones worked.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. So Aadil, what about you? What's your experience been like travelling last year or the year before?
That's the last 2 years I've travelled the most I have in probably my life. Like when I was younger, we only used to go on a couple of trips. Like we went to Turkey once, we went to Pakistan, and we went to Saudi. But like after that, I think in 2019, went to Morocco, then went to Malta. And I was like, I swear in 2020, I'm going to go on 3 holidays. Started the year beautifully, yeah. You guys went to Morocco in January, Feb time. And I went to Israel/Jerusalem. And it was amazing. So for my Muslims out there, it was Palestine. And when I went, it was amazing. Like it was the most spiritual enhancing trip I've ever had. And like, I'm so certain that it was probably the best holiday I'm ever going to have in my life. Bro, I'm telling you, it was amazing. Like the vibes, atmosphere, phenomenal. What you see and what you like experience, phenomenal. Like, so for the main 3 religions, there's prophets, right? I went to go see all their like shrines or graves, etc., and just like experience the whole like. It's like you step back in history. And bro, I'm telling you, the feeling you have in your heart when you're there, you ain't gonna feel anywhere else. I promise you. Like, I'm gonna take you guys, bro.
I've heard.
Every time I've spoken to them who's come, they've always had like amazing stories.
Bro,
you gotta give us one,
amazing,
like one that just touched your soul and like changed you, bro.
Now he's put me on the spot.
Come on, loads. Come on, you said you feel it.
Yeah.
It could be something as small as just leaving your hotel and walking to the mosque or seeing the kids play football.
Alright, so there's one area. It's quite a spiritual story, but it was a really great story. So me and a couple of the boys, we were going to go to this river that Ayyub alayhi salam got healed by. So Job, the prophet for the Christians and the Jews, and Ayyub for the Muslims. Apparently when he was really, really ill, he had this condition that nothing could cure. So we believe that God, and so do the other 2 religions, believe that the river was created directly from like a healing source that could just heal any conditions you have. So I've got family members that I thought this could help. So I went with 3 other lads. We went to this river and it's underground. So you go in from entry point that's above ground, and you climb down into this little river area, right? And bro, the water was so peng. And we were just like underground, this river that we believe like it's a completely running water, so you can drink it fresh, right? And this water, if it's sealed, the Prophet can heal us, as people. So we just took like 30 bottles and we were carrying them. I felt like I was at the gym, bro. Like these were heavy. Like we had 3-4 duffel bags each full with like bare water bottles, and we're just collecting the water to take back for family members. And that was probably like a really, really nice experience, because like being underground and with the heat or the humidity, with the fresh water, like if you experience it, you'll be like...
Was that on your vlog? That wasn't even on your vlog, was it?
I basically, when I filmed it, it was too dark for me to put in the video, and even when you edit it, it just looks really grainy. And I didn't have my the good camera then. I had an alright camera, and it just couldn't capture it.
That's good. That's amazing. I kind of lived through that when you're explaining it. Like, you know, I don't give all the details. Like, starts from the top, then you got to climb down. I'm probably imagining it. Yeah, some dark place like a river. But it's crazy because that's the first time I've heard the story as well.
It's not a story that you'd expect to be like fun vibes. Like, do you know how you guys did the prank? Like, it's nothing like that.
No,
but
it's still good, isn't it?
It was just a spiritual, but also like really nice experience I've gone through. And for me, I put that up there as one of the best ones.
So one thing that a lot of people talk about on social media is the foggy mornings that you have when you leave your house to go to the airport. It's proper cold and foggy and
I don't like it, man.
Do you remember when we were at Morocco?
Yeah.
And that night, oh my god.
But it's vibes, isn't it?
We couldn't see anything.
Really?
Literally, I think the visibility was 10 meters or less.
Was it as bad as when we were coming back?
It was pretty much the same. It was pretty the same. So basically, and do you know what the annoying thing was? So we weren't driving. We hired a driver, a taxi and a driver, because it was 6 of us, I think, or 5 of us that were going. And
Who was going?
So it was me, Sully, Mehdi, Junaid and Zach.
Oh, nice.
And so yeah, we set off at 2 a.m, something like that. And the fog hit. We're driving down the M1 and the fog came in thick. Like I say, visibility is like 10 meters. And there's this one car, that's behind us. I think we were in a single carriageway at this point.
It was, yeah.
One lane on our side of the road. And this car behind us pulled up so close and he kept flashing his lights. Yeah? So he's dazzling our driver and he's obviously like making us think like, what the hell's going on? So you get a crawler lane. So a crawler lane came in and this guy thought he was a big man. So he overtook us, goes in front of us, and then he stops like literally 2 meters in front of us because he can't see anything. I was thinking, what was the point? Like, you could see it's foggy, and then we were stuck behind this guy for so long, and he was going slower than we were going. But yeah, that was proper foggy. I will never forget that night.
It was
morning.
I was in the back.
He's not watching Power. Someone was watching Power. Zach was watching Power. He was like, do you want to join it? I was like, no, I'm not on that episode yet. I'm not going to spoil it.
We were enjoying our time. Not gonna lie.
No, I love the whole vibe of like the morning. Even Malta was early. Malta was early. That was 3 in the morning as well. That was really early. I remember I slept for 2-3 hours. Then we woke up and Eebs took us to the airport, and that was But then again, we played Fudger in the airport as well, if you remember.
Yeah, we did.
But that's what I love about travel. The whole vibe.
Bro, you guys were so serious in the airport, bro. This guy was sleeping. You were doing work.
I was in work,
bro.
yeah, but I do that. I make time.
And I was working as well, and I was just there like, yo, bro. What is man on?
Yeah, he started making a vlog. Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember. Do you know what? Yeah, I just remember this. For the last 2 years, every single time I went on a trip abroad, I always took a book with me, and I never read any of. Like, I read like a page on the coach or on the taxi or on the plane, and after that, I'm closing it.
30-year-old mom, bro, like in a book in the airport.
I mean, you read the Ikigai book in the airport.
Bro, but I don't read it.
Yes.
I don't know.
I don't know why. Like, I always tell myself when I'm not doing anything, I'll read it, and I make sure I don't download any like movies or videos on my phone. So I force myself to read. I'll read like 2-3 pages, and I'm like, this is it. Put it away, go sleep.
Yeah, but even like the airport vibe itself, I've seen like posts about it on Instagram. People saying like just being there is like a whole vibe, man. Like you don't realize
the airport.
I know, like it's because like you go there and you see all these little shops and stuff, and like I'm gonna get myself a nice hot chocolate from the place.
And Joe, the price is ridiculous, but you don't mind spending that money. You're like a different
mind,
person,
I
bro.
hate it.
You're on vacation.
Yeah.
I despise it. I actually despise it, man. The whole airport thing. How do you like it,
and then
man?
and then there was a video as well. As a guy, he's got a treadmill. He's got a
I've
He's got
seen
a
that.
backdrop sound of the usher, the woman speaking in the background. The baggage ready to collect from collection C for departure. And then he's on a treadmill, and so obviously someone in the frame or outside the frame behind the scenes. They're just putting like little luggages on the treadmill, and he just letting it slide past him. And he grabs his one and starts walking up. And I think the caption was like, I missed this, so I had to do it myself.
Yeah, man.
And it's true, man. Like, I feel like you don't think about these little things until like it's gone. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what? Yeah. What was like the scariest moment you've had traveling? Like, was there a moment that was bare scary?
Oh, bruv. When you're going into Israel, right? And you want to go into Palestine, bro, it is scary. Like, I mean, it's definitely scary. Like, at any moment, you can be sent backyard. All right, so when you're going into the airport, like, it feels hostile. Like, it feels really hostile. And then once you get through all the checks and everything, you think, I'm through the gate now, yeah, I can enter. And this is just when you arrive into Israel, right? But now, bro, if you go to the desk, and I ain't gonna lie, bro, my hand was shaking. So me and my pops walk up to the desk, yeah, and this random woman, like, bro, she looked calm, yeah? But the moment she's talking to you, you're like, oh shit, I don't think I'm getting through. So they ask you, like, who's your dad, who's your granddad, and all these random questions. And, bro, you're shocked. You're just like, at that moment, you forget your dad's name, bro. You're like, was his name Daniel?
Your dad stood right next to you, like,
what's your name? But because I'm a young Asian lad, yeah, from the UK, like, they wanted me to wait. But you're in a waiting room, and there's this one dude who's just there, like, bare angry, agitated, like, why are you not letting me through? I'm from this country, like, what's wrong? Like, why can't I go through? And the guy just keeps coming back, doing like random checks, taking his passport, going away, coming back, and you're like, yo, is this guy an assassin? Like, why are they not letting him in the country? And then I'm just there, right? So I'm just playing, what's it called again? The one where you have to jump on the trains and like...
Subway Surfer.
Subway Surfer. I'm playing Subway Surfer, yeah, listening to some nasheeds, my legs up on my luggage, and there's like a girl no older than 17 just sat there watching me, and I'm just thinking, what's this you gonna do? Like, why are you not letting me through? But I waited 3.5 to 4 hours just to enter the country.
It's mad, I don't even know.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I didn't put it in my video because I don't really want to put people off from going. But I was just like telling you, this is my scariest experience. But like, alhamdulillah, it was calm. I got through nicely. And once you're in, it's amazing. It's worth the wait. But before that time, you're like, bro, I just paid nearly $1,500 to go to this country. I don't even know if I'm gonna enter. Like, I could be sent backyard, but my dad and my mum could go through. I was shook, but for my parents' sake, I didn't act like it. Like, I was like, yo, you ain't gonna break me. I'm gonna wait till I die. I'm gonna enter through those gates. So I was there chilling and calm, waiting, but I was shook. They do background checks on you and everything, man. I deleted my socials.
No way.
Just before.
I remember you didn't take your phone with you.
Nah, man. I took a spare phone with me, but because I do the charity work, right? And if you're part of any charity work or any charity company, and they do checks on you and they find you're part of that company, they will not let you in. So I started to release one of them. What's the other one? Penny Appeal. What's the purple one?
Muslim Hands as well. Muslim Hands are part of
Human Appeal. Like, none of them. If they find out you're part of any of them, you can't come into the country.
That is crazy.
But I was shocked. So obviously, having bare, like, I deleted my Islamic Relief picture from my archived it. Just so they can't go in and see that wearing a Islamic top, right?
So they go through your actual social media?
Everything, bro. They go through everything to make sure that you're not going to come into a country and give aid. Or like anything like that.
Bro, that's
give what?
Aid.
Aid or any support, but it was mad.
That just shows you how bad.
I ain't gonna lie though, from my experience, like I was terrified as I was, alhamdulillah I got in calm. And once you're in there, because you're from the UK, they ain't gonna do nothing to you.
So they ask for your act? Do they ask for?
No, bro. They can find out what time you picked up your phone at night, bro. These guys have got crazy technology, man.
What about you? What was your scariest? That spooks me out, man.
Yeah. So,
no, but what's the other got? Inshallah.
Yeah, inshallah.
That's right, man. Don't worry, by then I have no social media.
Just a quick one before I go into my scary experience. Like, for me, check-in's always awkward because of my mixed ethnicity. Nah. I've never been stopped for my beard or my skin colour, which is, alhamdulillah, I ain't complaining.
You've been stopped for your masculinity.
But my ethnicity, like, it just throws people off, especially when I'm trying to go into France or Kenya. or even coming back to the UK actually. So because on my passport is a French passport because of my mom's side, and in the passport,
You don't have a British passport?
no, I don't have a British passport.
No way.
No, bro.
What an immigrant.
I am an immigrant, bro.
Yeah, why is he part of this?
Anyways,
We want our people.
bro, I'm still on the fence with Brexit. I might leave, you know. I'm still thinking about it.
What? Go to flipping Paris and they burn up buildings?
Bro,
like that,
no, with a French passport, there's more than one country I can go
Which
to.
countries can you go to?
You can go like North Africa, I can go Comore Islands, Reunion, Mauritius. Bro, I'm chilling, bro. Anyways,
He likes the benefits.
I'm still weighing out my
He's waiting for the
options.
child benefits.
Oh shit.
Anyways,
Man's got my 11 aside soon.
so my passport is French. So imagine I'm trying to go into Kenya, yeah. They pick you hand your passport, okay, French passport, cool. Then they open it and it says, oh, born in Mombasa, Kenya. Then they're thinking, okay, and then they read it and say resident of UK, Leicester. Then these men are thinking, bro, what is going on here?
It's a fake
And
passport.
then they ask me, can you like speak Swahili? And I'm like, I don't know Swahili, bro. Come on, like I only lived here for like 2 years. I only come here like every other year for holiday to meet my family and stuff. Then like, okay,
Have you done any Swahili?
I only know Jambo and a few other words.
Jambo. What does that mean?
Hello. and
Jambo.
then they ask me like other questions like, okay, what's your purpose of the visit? Like, where were you born? And I know the answers to these questions. So they're like, okay. Then they say, speak French because you're the French passport. And so my French is like, okay, so I speak French. But I'm like, you're Kenyan, you don't know French. Why are you asking me to speak French? You can't even validate it anyways.
Imagine I'm a pretty girl in a cafe. Speak some French to me, bro.
No, we're not doing that right now.
That's kind of
I'm
sus.
not correct. I'm not correctly motivated to do that with you.
Oh man.
And then obviously they're like they're confused, which is understandable. But I'm just trying to get into my home country. Like allow it. Like if I was gonna make a fake passport, why would I pick 3 different countries and combine them? Like I would make it less ambiguous. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's an issue I have quite often.
Oh, a question for you though, bro. You look, this is no disrespect. You look Indian.
I don't look
Where
Indian.
does that come in?
No, I don't look Indian. Come on. I think I get.
I'm sorry. We're gonna put this in the video right now. Yeah. Put down in the comments what this geezer looks like, bro. Like I can see like some African qualities, bro. Like you got some.
I think I get.
You got some good features with you. Yeah. But you look
I would
Indian.
say Indo-African. I would say he looks.
I mean, I am
straight Indian.
I mean, like
he
if
doesn't
someone
look straight Indian. He's
But
Indo-African.
for someone that does not know what
Hey, you're white, man.
Africans look like. Yeah.
Why are you targeting me?
I'm trying to switch the tables any way I can.
It's like me
It
saying-
didn't come from me, it came from you.
No, listen. If I get confused for anything, it's either North African or Arab.
Really?
Yeah,
No way.
Yeah, North African, I can see it.
yeah,
If I like his friend, I can see why people call him Moroccan or Egyptian.
yeah.
Look at his curly hair.
No, I don't. Yeah,
Thick hair.
because I have curly hair as well.
I know.
But
I
I can't remember the last
He's
time.
got rounded nose as well. You got a
That's
rounded
it.
nose.
He's got some African qualities, but like
I do.
in
I
terms
do.
of, where does the Indian come in then?
The Indian is like my great grandparents were from India.
Have you ever looked into your family tree?
I've queried it or looked into it with like my parents and my grandparents. I've spoken
Yeah.
to them about it in great length, great detail.
Mhm.
But like me, my parents and their parents and their parents, none of them are from India. None of them were born in India.
No way.
So that's why if someone asks me like, "What's your ethnicity?" I would say I'm Kenyan with Indian roots.
Yeah.
I would never tell someone like I'm Indian.
That's
Yeah,
hard.
Yeah. But again, then that French, that throw in that French, and people just people get confused. But anyways, going back to the main story.
That's so hard. I never knew this.
Yeah. So going back to the main story, I remember the first time I went to Morocco. I've had some scary experiences in the past, but in Morocco, I remember this very clearly. So I went to Morocco. This is the first time traveling alone in 2019 January. And first time flying on my own, first time checking in a hotel on my own. So it's a very weird experience. And I remember the first day, I met a brother from Glasgow, from UK. And we were like, yo, he was in my hotel. So I was like, yo, let's go out. It was his first day as well. So we're like, yo, let's go out to the markets, to the city centre to see what's up. We were told that there's nightlife and stuff. Like it's really busy until late in the night. But it was a weekday, and the person who was speaking to us was talking about the following day because they assumed we were going to go out the next day. So we went out maybe like 11ish, 11:30. So the market was basically dying down at this point, but there was people about. So we go into the market, have a walk around, have some fresh juice, And then we get to a point where like, oh crap, like we don't know where we are because we were just walking in it, like, and I tried to check on my phone, but I don't know what, either I entered the details incorrectly or like I just couldn't read a map. I don't know what happened to me. And we were just like, okay, bro, we're lost, so we're just gonna try to find our way back. So we're trying to look for things that we recognized on the way here, and we got to this archway. And we came through an archway originally, but this was a completely different one. And it was like really dark at this point. The lights were pretty much off. So we're like, yo, let's go. We came through an archway. It's probably here. So we walk through, and through this archway, there's people just racing, like in their cars, in their motorbikes, just like
sick.
But
it was Fast and Furious.
But it was so like surreal to see because like it was like before this archway is dead. Yeah. No one. And you walk through and you just see all these cars and motorbikes like racing and stuff. And we were like kind of shook, like kind of scared because at this point it was like 1 a.m. And these people, they're not like you're like, oh, music blaring and like, oh, you can approach them like lights. It was like a very like dark place.
So did it feel like you're walking into like death?
Like not death. Not death.
It's a dark place.
But like it was like underground kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like you can tell these guys are not.
Was there people doing needles? People still.
I didn't see that, but I wouldn't put it past it.
Oh man.
So I was like, crap, bro, we need to go. So we turned back, and eventually we found our way back to the hotel. I don't know how. I can't remember how we found it, but we found it back. But I was looking back and I was thinking, yo, those guys there, they were dangerous. And basically, like Morocco, the people that are there during the night, for them, their life is literally like drugs, gambling, and prostitution. That's how they spend their life. Most people are exposed to it, but luckily, like over the days, I made friends in Morocco, and they told me about it, and they were like, it was good you got out of there because, like, they would have probably mugged you.
So. Yeah, man, out of all the countries I've actually been to, like even Mauritius and stuff like that, it's always been a swift journey. But one actual funny thing that happened to me once when I went to Saudi, I went for Umrah in 2017 with a few friends of mine. So if you can imagine, my passport picture was Sully with no beard and like decent size hair, yeah? This was back in college, that picture was taken. And I've gone to Saudi now with a beard, obviously gone bald. Big scruffy beard, moustache, everything. Gone there, and I come back to the UK, and they're looking at the passport, and my face is the opposite of what the passport shows.
Upside down.
Yeah, upside down.
Upside down.
Beard's moved there, the head's come here. Yeah. And there was a woman at the immigration officer. You'll always get this when you go to Saudi. When you come back to the UK, they'll always be a bit iffy because you've gone to the Middle East area. So she looked at me. She looked down. She looked at me. She looked down. She looked at me and she goes, "Where did you just go?" I said, "I went to Saudi." She goes, "Are you sure you didn't go anywhere else?" I goes, "Yes, I'm sure. I didn't go anywhere else. I went to Saudi with a few friends." Which date? And I told her the dates, etc. And she's like, "I'm gonna need to call someone to like reassess this because I can't pass you."
Yeah.
I was like, okay. I was giving her dirty looks because I was kind of peed off. It felt slightly racial. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know what they're hinting. They basically think I've gone to Syria to do whatever, this, that, and the other. That's what they, and I don't blame them because people have messed up in the UK in the past. They've gone and done stupid stuff, and it's having an effect on all of us brothers. Yeah. So she'd done that. She called the guy over. He just looked at me. He goes, "Yeah, it's him." He goes, "Why don't you look?" He said to her, "Why don't you look at the eyebrows? The eyebrows are exactly the same. He's straight. Just look at this area of the picture and him, and it's him. Like done." Yeah. I kind of went through, but that experience was like, I've never ever faced racism in my life or faced like bigotry or anyone ever saying something to my face. But that was like, it was just a thing where you can tell she was someone that was kind of personally like that, not just through her job, but she was kind of like iffy about themselves. But again, they're trained to be like that, so I was kind of open to it. But it was just one of them situations that you can't blame her. You have to blame the people that have messed up before. But that situation was just like really odd, man.
You handled it well, man.
It was really odd.
You could easily.
It was funny. I kind of smiled about it when she asked, "Did you not go anywhere else?" I was like, "No, you're taking the mick. How are you asking me that with your chest? You're asking me, did I go anywhere else? Say it. Say serious. Say it, man. Don't hide. If you want to ask me, I went to Turkey. Where did I go? Turkey? Did I go to Jerusalem? Ask me. Don't hint it to me. You know what I mean? So I was like, no, I didn't go anywhere else. But that was it, and that was probably, I wouldn't say, alhamdulillah, I've not been through any scary experiences, so I can't really say that I've been through, but that was probably the most oddest and weirdest, like, you just don't know what's coming next.
You should go solo travelling. Solo
I
traveling.
want to.
I want to go on a pure solo traveling trip. That's one of my goals.
Definitely, man.
I don't know where.
I had one for the UK to go in the UK in the week on my own, so like a waterfall or something. Just drive there, come back, do work halfway through, maybe at a service station. But lockdown came in, so I didn't have the opportunity to do that. So what's next then? What's on the next plans? Obviously, as Waves of Positivity and a few of the lads were meant to go to Tokyo last year.
Still happening.
Still gonna happen, inshallah. I can't put it past us. Ebby speaks to me about it. All the other lads always ask.
We've got to go Mount Fuji as well, bro.
Yes, we do, inshallah. So what is your travel after seeing you've been active on TikTok and seen loads of traveling videos? What's like your I want to go here now destination?
So last year we were meant to go a road trip around Europe. We were meant to go Tokyo, and I was meant to go Canada with the family. None of them happened. So I'm hoping in 2021 or possibly 2022 get them out of the way and go down. Like I told my mum, I have to go Canada. I'm going Canada because it's a dream of mine to move there, right? All of us. So inshallah Canada, but with the boys, I want to go Switzerland. Through France, through Belgium, like road trip all the way through all these different mountains areas.
I remember Ajad planned the budget and everything. We said to him we can't do all the countries, but we can do a few of them in space of 2 weeks with like a camper van or 2 camper vans.
An RV, bro.
RV as well, yeah. So pretty much because the RV can't fit everyone.
We're gonna go skiing, but climb up Mont Blanc.
Yeah, so like all of those things. It's like that was such a plan and such a fact. Ajad was the one that came up with it. Yeah. So when he came up with it on that day in Amani's house, I was like to him, look, I want this to be a thing. I don't want you to just tell me that you can do it, this budget, this amount. Like, let's do it. So we got everyone down and we were like, let's plan it. And then after Morocco, we were meant to plan it and then bam, just hit rock bottom with the COVID thing. But things happen.
Yeah. It's
all about taking it from there. But I think Japan or Tokyo in itself is definitely on the list. Like, no matter what, we need to go. Inshallah, like, we need to go. As soon as we can, I guess let's start planning it.
Our Instagram's gonna be looking like the travelers, isn't it? That's funny, bro. I'm gonna
my
take
Instagram. It's your
bare
Instagram.
pictures of all of you guys, bro. I'm telling you, man. Do you know somewhere I want to go though? In Tokyo, there's this like museum, and it's just like a reflective light museum sort of thing. I can't remember what it's called, but it looks so crazy, man.
Like obviously, when people talk about let's go here, let's go there, it's not always a thing. But for this, it's like I'm being genuine. Like I'm gonna go. Yeah. Like we're gonna go. Like it's not, inshallah. It's not gonna be something that we're gonna talk about and not do. It's gonna be something we're gonna. Yeah. It's been in the plans since last year, and we've been talking about it since 2019. Do you know how long it's been since we've been speaking about it before we even met Malta together?
It's pending.
It's literally on the pending list, and as soon as it goes green, that's when we should dive in, inshallah, and just do it.
For me, it's like, obviously, I just want to travel everywhere in general. Like, I love traveling. But for me, like, the places that I really want to go are places that I look for things that few people experience. So, for example...
Uzbekistan.
What about Uzbekistan?
Uzbekistan.
No, I don't mean, like, countries. I mean experiences or things, like, phenomenon, like natural phenomenons. So, for example, the Aurora Borealis or... what do you call it in English? The green lights, northern lights, like that. Very few people get to experience that. Like that's one of my top things. But there's this one place that I seen on not TikTok, Twitter, about 2.5 years ago. It's called Al Abha. I just had to search it up because I forgot the name. But it's in Saudi Arabia, and basically it's this mountain top. And when you get to the top, it's above the clouds. So you literally see the clouds floating by, and if you catch a good sunset or sunrise, it just looks phenomenal.
Is it a video of a guy with having tea? They're all having tea.
That's it. That's the video that goes around.
Do you know where I saw it? On LinkedIn. I saw that on LinkedIn. Bro. The guy that actually recorded it posted it.
Yeah.
And it was
that video blew up. And see, for me, that's like since the moment actually I remember I bookmarked it on Twitter and I googled it and I was looking at the flight options and everything. I was like, this. As soon as I get the opportunity, I am going here.
Whereabouts in Saudi is it?
So it's like in the middle. I think it's not too far from Riyadh. I think. I can't remember.
Yeah, let's go, man.
Bro, just imagine the vibes, yeah? Like, I really like hot drinks. I really like my tea. So I can just imagine myself sitting there on top of the clouds, just watching the sunrise or the sunset and just having tea. And I really don't care if I'm on my own or with my friends or with a significant other. I really don't care. Just like being there in that moment, I just imagine it to be like the most peaceful thing ever, man.
Might be like that Olaf moment when he's watching the sunset as well, and it might be very iconic to that.
What? But like, why is Olaf in the sun, bro? He's gonna melt him.
No, there's a part.
I've not watched it. I've not watched Frozen. Okay.
I've seen it. Yeah. And he's watching the sunset go down.
it's
It's proper whole. It's like a whole
human,
time.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
exactly,
exactly.
Exactly.
It's like when you see it, it's not something a video or you can't even explain how good it is. It's one of those things that you have to
It's feeling in
experience.
your
It.
heart, man.
You've
Like,
got to do it. Yeah, you've got to be there to know how it
It
is.
makes you realize like the beauty of the world and how insignificant you are as a human. Like these things, like even like the salt plains in Bolivia. There's a rainbow mountain in Peru.
Yes.
There's
yes. Bolivia's amazing. That's like a mirror floor, isn't it?
Bro, it's
Yeah.
so beautiful. Like I seen a video of a guy cycling, and I was like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
Or even the white sands in Yemen. Did you guys see that picture? That is so beautiful. Like these are the
The
kind of
world
places
is
I wanna go
amazing,
to.
man. Like, we need to go
The
experience
world's
it.
amazing. The world is huge. It's at our fingertips, but life is short. So, my advice: go for it. Travel, explore the world. If you want to be more open-minded, you go out there. You learn cultures. We're all the son of Adam, so we were just born in different sides of the world, but we all share the same culture, the same values.
Sure, we're able to go travel, experience everything. But I want to talk about that moment you're talking about. Do you know that moment you feel where you just see something that just hits you differently, right? So you're not going to get that in the confines of what you normally know. So someone can feel it just traveling down like 3 hours away from where they are. Like, do you know when we did that trek for Scaffold Pike and we saw like everything was white, there's a hint of that pink, and you just felt that moment. You're like, wow,
That felt like a different
Nothing
planet.
nothing like even describing it and people imagining it, they can't until they do it. Do you know what I mean? It's something.
But
it's
that
reality.
feeling is something I believe everyone should chase, man.
Definitely.
Like
Yeah.
just go out, just like try experience that. Whoa, like this is a different feeling altogether. Because you know what, you could all experience it differently. Like we could all go to the same place,
Yeah.
right? And we could all feel different about it. I could be like, yo, this is shit, man. But you could be like, yo, this is mind breaking for me. But that feeling, we should chase it so badly, man.
I don't know if you guys get it a lot, but when we went to Malta, I have a lot of nostalgia, especially when I see like the pictures. Like when we went in that place, Medina, we were there.
Beautiful.
And the other place during the daytime, when we walked up and there was that animal welfare like protest that was happening.
The climate thing.
Yes, the climate.
Yeah.
So we were at the top and we were just watching like the view, and this was city
That was
view, but
sick.
even that I can still imagine it in my head. I'd rather imagine it than look at it on a picture because I've pictured myself then.
Yeah.
There was cannons and stuff. Do you remember that little
You can
area,
revisit
that
the
little
feeling.
park area, and then we were at the top.
So I was seeing up Spider-Man.
Yes. So
See,
so those little things, man, I appreciate it a lot.
For me, yeah, like the one thing that I would say to someone about traveling, like when you're looking to travel and you've got that freedom of choice, the luxury of choice to choose where you can go and what you're going to do, always pick the one that you see yourself doing the least. Do you get what I'm saying?
100.
So
yes.
like, if someone tells me, oh, let's go to Saudi, putting aside Mecca and Medina, they might be saying, oh, let's go to this city. Look, there's the tallest buildings here. They got this and that. I'll be like, nah, let's go to this mountaintop. Like, it's so weird for us to do that, but do you know what? It gives you the most vivid memories ever, and the stories that you're able to tell. It makes you a more interesting person, and it makes. When you're more interesting, it makes you more valuable. Like people want to hear.
It makes you a
stories.
different person.
You've got to be open.
Exactly.
As well.
It helps you evolve and grow as a person. And
Sky's no longer the limit when you do things like that.
just going off that point, when I went to Turkey with my family, I took my mom and my sister. Obviously, like I love doing like things that are like action packed, thrilling. So I said I'm gonna go water rafting and quad biking. And at first, my mom was like, "That's not for me." She said, "Okay, she'd go on quad biking on the dune buggies and stuff," and my sister was down for it. So we went, and I didn't tell them we're going white water rafting. I just said we're going on a boat. So we got to the place, and then my mom sees like this place. It's called tornado rafting. She's like, "Yo, what are you doing?"
Nah.
And because I preach so much about people coming out of the comfort zone, I was like, I have to preach within my family first. So I forced them to come out of the comfort zone. And I tell you, yeah, like my mom at first, she was scared because I fell in the water. Like 2 minutes in, I fell in the water. So she was kind of shook, and the water was kind of rough. And bro, after it, yeah, after water rafting and after buggying, she goes, it's one of the best experiences of her life, best holiday ever. And that just goes to prove, like, when you do these things that linking back to our previous podcast about fear, like when you do things that are initially scary, you'll realize that there's so much beauty, so much excitement, so much like it's so thrilling and so fulfilling.
You're missing out. You're missing out on what could be out there.
Yeah.
what you could love.
And for me, like for my mom and my sister, obviously to do that, like afterwards, after the fact, it was like, yo, that was such an amazing feeling. And for me, like seeing them do it, like seeing the smile and happiness and the memories that are created, and especially with the vlog that they can watch like throughout their entire lives, that for me is like the best thing ever, man. Like so fulfilling to know that we created those memories.
Alhamdulillah, man. Like life, like, and imagine you're 60 years old, right? And you go to look at your passport because you're thinking, you know what, I'm going to go take a little trip. Finally, I've worked so hard, I'm going to take a little trip. And you look inside the pages and you only see like 1 or 2 stamps on there. Like it looks like a really sad book. And at that moment in your life, you realised that I have not made the most out of experiences that I could fulfill. Because, you know, your passport, it says a lot about how you live your life.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you're a serious person or whether like you just believe in working or you believe in growth and experiences, etc. Like the people you meet in life and have the most entertaining tales to tell you, or even have the most wisdom to provide to you. You look into the passport, you can learn where they found out all these different things, right? And like for me, going to Palestine made me feel more spiritual. Going to Malta made me realize the joys that my friends bring to my life and how close I've become to them.
Mm-hmm.
Make your passport your journey of life. Like, go and experience every different thing that you can fulfill or find or you can learn about, and get those stamps on those pages because that tells your story.
That's amazing, man.
Make your
What
passport
an
your journal.
What an analogy, man.
I love it.
Love
I love
that.
it.
That's inspired me. That's like proper made me
bro.
feel like, yo, I need
more stamps, boy. Collect them stamps. So my final piece of advice when it comes to traveling is, if you have disposable income, extra income, always invest it into traveling. Forget about the luxury things that you can buy, you know, cars, clothes. If you got spare money, use it to travel. And we know that some people struggle with finances and money. If you can't travel, you know, to these places and experience all these luxuries that are, overseas, you can travel within your country as well. I would go as far to say that one who doesn't invest in traveling is foolish. I would actually, that's strong opinion.
You don't know how to escape your comfort zone. You don't have to go out. You're too scared to be open to what's out there.
100%.
Like, as you said, budget. If you got a £500 budget, it's still you're capable of doing so many things.
You can go on holiday for £100 budget, £150 budget.
You can. Obviously, it might be tight, but you have to live according to your means.
Yeah.
But it's still doable, and you can still save for over a year, £100 a week, £100 a month, put it onto the side. At the end of the year, you've got something to travel with. But it's priorities. But, you know, take our advice, go and travel. Thank you for listening and watching the Waves of Positivity's #Making Waves podcast. In this general discussion this time, switched it up kind of, wanted to speak more about traveling, about each other's experiences, things I've never heard about these, I've never heard about these experiences from you guys, so it's nice to know and nice to learn. So yeah, catch us on Instagram at Waves of Positivity Official, on Facebook at Waves of Positivity, and YouTube as well, and stay up to date with our future events, workshops and more. Peace.